Okay, guys. It's day 40, I think. Yeah. And I have my breakfast here, so let me show y'all. But I'm kind of in a rush. Here's my 4 eggs, 84 grams egg white, spinach, turkey, bacon, cheese, bread, massive yogurt bowl. And yeah, my oatmeal's toasting right now. I have like 10 minutes to eat this, to have time to do that. And I don't know if I'm gonna eat the leftover burger today, like right now before work, or wait till I get home. But yeah, here's the macros. I was 158 pounds this morning, and I'll see y'all when I'm eating my oatmeal. So goodbye. Alright guys, my oatmeal bowl is done. So let me show y'all real quick. Oh my gosh. It's 6:30 right now. I go in 30 minutes, so I have to eat this quickly and then finish getting ready. I'm not gonna eat the burger now because I have these for work, which I'm gonna eat and then go to the gym after. But I'll probably eat it when I get home and try and get some more homework done today. Honestly, if I have time, I might just try and do my quiz today. But yeah, I'm nervous about that. So wish me luck. But yeah, I'll see y'all when I'm doing all that. So goodbye. Okay guys, it is currently like 5:30 and I have a lot to do, but I'm streaming tonight, like starting at 8 or something. I'm gonna try and stream for 4 hours, even though I work tomorrow. So after this, I'm not doing homework today. After this, I'm gonna read. Can't forget about that. And then I'm gonna try and edit both my videos up until, like, edit yesterday's video, post it, and then edit the footage I have today. And then after that, I'll talk about what I read, and then I'll probably make my last meal, which will be like a really big meal probably. And then, yeah, come back upstairs, start my stream, and siege the night away, siege my brain cells away, siege my happiness away, or my sadness away, who knows? I guess we'll see. But yeah, I ate the rest of my bag of Sour Punch straws, and we just dropped a cold brew donut, so that sounds insanely good, and I was gonna try one, but then my manager said that he made them wrong today, so not to try them. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna try the pumpkin spice donut, and I honestly thought I wasn't gonna like it because I've never had pumpkin, but it was so good. I forgot to take a picture of it, so I'll just put a picture of what it looks like, but holy fuck, it was so good. I wanted to have another one, but I resisted the urge because I had already had the Sour Punch straws and the donut. But yeah, today was back. I only did 20 minutes of cardio today, just cause, you know, I'm kind of on a time crunch, I guess. But yeah, let me show y'all my yogurt bowl. I used the rest of the dark chocolate and I put a little bit of the cinnamon one. I think once I finish this cinnamon cereal, I'm gonna get like a new sort of topping, like crunchy topping, I guess, or like a new cereal. But yeah, anyways, here's the macros for this yogurt bowl. And yeah, I'll see y'all when I'm talking about what I read. So goodbye. Alright, my fellas, I've done my reading. These are 2 pretty short chapters, but before I dive into the first 2 chapters of Leviticus, I want to just read this little overview of what came up when I searched up what to know before reading Leviticus. And here it says, before reading Leviticus, understand it describes the laws given to ancient Israel for living in God's presence after the Exodus and building of the tabernacle, which is what we just ended Exodus with, and that it functions as a bridge in the biblical narrative, detailing rituals, cleanliness, and ethical conduct to maintain a relationship with a holy God. It says to read it with a New Testament lens, recognizing it illustrates a foreshadowing of Christ's work and a symbolic system of atonement that was fulfilled in him. Don't skip it. Instead, expect it to be a deep dive into God's holiness and a foundation for understanding the subsequent biblical story. So there was something good here that I read. Where is it? Does it say here? Well, basically it's saying that like these sacrifices they're not meant to be like followed by all people for all time. It was just for the Israelites during the time that, Moses was writing these things. So, chapter 1 starts with the burnt offerings. It says, the Lord called Moses and spoke to him from the tent of meeting, and he said, speak to the Israelites and tell them, when any of you bring an offering of livestock to the Lord, you shall bring your offering from the herd or from the flock. If a person's offering is a burnt offering from the herd, the offering must be a male without blemish. The individual shall bring it to the entrance of the tent of meeting to find favor with the Lord, and shall lay a hand on the head of the burnt offering, so that it may be acceptable to make atonement for the one who offers it. So this is just a way to atone for your sins, I'm assuming, was like these animal sacrifices, these pure animals, the males without blemishes. It says, the bull shall then be slaughtered before the Lord, and Aaron's sons, the priests, shall offer its blood by splashing it on all sides of the altar, which is at the entrance of the tent of meeting. Then the burnt offering shall be flayed and cut into pieces. After Aaron's sons, the priests, have put burning embers on the altar and laid wood on them, they shall lay the pieces of meat together with the head and the suet. The suet is like a choice meat of like fat, that's meant to be burnt. And it says, on top of the wood and embers on the altar to burn them. And then it says, but the inner organs and the shanks shall be washed with water. The priest shall then burn all of it on the altar as a burnt offering, a sweet smelling oblation to the Lord. And then it says, if a person's burnt offering is from the flock, so this one was from the herd and this one's from the flock, it says, that is a sheep or a goat, the offering must be a male without blemish, the same as the bull. And it's the exact same steps, okay? Inner organs and shanks shall be washed. It should be cut into pieces. The priest shall lay these pieces on, the wood and the embers on the altar. And it should be offered as a burnt offering, a sweet-smelling oblation to the Lord. And then the last one, it says, if a person offers a bird as a burnt offering to the Lord, the offering brought must be a turtle dove or a pigeon. Having brought it to the altar, the priest shall wring its head off and burn it on the altar. The blood shall be drained out against the side of the altar. He shall remove its chrism, which is, here I'll read the definition, the area around the anus of the bird lying beneath the bird's tail. Interesting. So he shall remove its chrism by means of its feathers and throw it on the ash heap at the east side of the altar. Then, having torn the bird open by its wings without separating the halves, the priest shall burn it on the altar, on the wood and the embers. It is a burnt offering, a sweet-smelling oblation to the Lord. So that is how chapter 1 ends. And then chapter 2 is the grain offerings. So chapter 1 is the burnt offerings, now the grain offerings. It says, when anyone brings a grain offering to the Lord, the offering must consist of bran flour. The offerer shall pour oil on it and put frankincense over it, and bring it to Aaron's sons. A priest shall take a handful of the bran flour and oil, together with all the frankincense, and shall burn it on the altar as a token of the offering, a sweet-smelling oblation to the Lord. The rest of the grain offerings belong to Aaron and his sons, a most holy portion from the oblations to the Lord. Then it says, when you offer a grain offering baked in an oven, it must be in the form of unleavened cakes made of bran flour mixed with oil, or of unleavened wafers spread with oil. Everything here is unleavened, by the way, so just get used to that. If your offering is a grain offering that is fried on a griddle, it must be of bran flour mixed with oil and unleavened. Break it into pieces and pour oil over it. It is a grain offering. If your offering is a grain offering that is prepared in a pan, it must be made of bran flour fried in oil. A grain offering that is made in any of these ways you shall bring to the Lord. It shall be presented to the priest, who shall take it to the altar. The priest shall then remove from the grain offering a token and burn it on the altar as a sweet-smelling oblation to the Lord. The rest of the grain offerings belong to Aaron and his sons, a most holy portion from the oblations to the Lord. So I'm assuming you offer this piece, right, this grain offering, and they remove like a token. So I'm assuming a token would just look like a circular piece of it, and burn it on the altar, and whatever remains just belongs to Aaron and his sons, which is just like a super holy portion of this offering. And then it says, every grain offering that you present to the Lord shall be unleavened, for you shall not burn any leaven or honey as an oblation to the Lord. Such you may present to the Lord in the offering of the first produce that is processed, but they are not to be placed on the altar for a pleasing odor. So I'm assuming that means, here, let me read it again. Such you may present to the Lord in the such you may present to the Lord in the offering of the first produce that is processed, but they are not to be placed on the altar for a pleasing odor. So I'm assuming it's basically saying, like, this is meant for, like, atonement. Like, when you're doing an offering, it's not meant for you to smell, the pleasing smell that comes from these offerings, And then it says, you shall season all of your grain offerings with salt, and do not let the salt of the covenant with your God be lacking from your grain offering. On every offering you shall offer salt. If you offer a grain offering of first ripe fruits to the Lord, you shall offer it in the form of a fresh early grain, roasted by fire and crushed as a grain offering of your first ripe fruits. You shall put oil on it and set frankincense on it. It is a grain offering. The priest shall then burn some of the groats. Let me see what that means. So groats are crushed or beaten grain. Okay. So it says, then the priest shall burn some of the groats in oil together with all the frankincense as a token of the offering, an oblation to the Lord. And that is chapters 1 and 2 of Leviticus. So yeah, two pretty short chapters compared to the ones in Exodus. Interesting to read. Very consistent. I mean, everything is consistent. Like, in the Bible so far, everything has been consistent. Like, I don't know if you kind of understand what I'm saying, but, like, the covenants, everything's come to fruition. Nothing's really changed. Like, everything has just gone as the Lord has intended so far. And it all makes sense, I guess, if you understand what I'm saying. But, yeah, it's 6:40, so I'll probably go downstairs, make my last meal, eat it, shower, and then get ready to stream Siege. So yeah, wish me luck, and I'll see if I get any viewers tonight. That'd be pretty interesting. Dude, I haven't streamed in so long, just because school's been kicking my butt. It hasn't, okay, like, I've been doing good, but, like, it just takes up so much time, like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Whenever we get, like, a break or something, I need to, like, grind streaming, like, every single day. But yeah, anyways, I'm yapping, so I'll see y'all when I'm eating my second meal. Goodbye. Alright guys, it is time for my last meal, and this meal looks, this meal is, I have no words, is what this meal is. So without further ado, I have the flash on so y'all can see it in its entirety. So without further ado, let me show y'all. Holy, we got ground beef, we got sweet potatoes, we got asparagus, we got a chicken sandwich, guys. Holy fuck. Alright, anyways, I'm about to watch YouTube. I have like 30 minutes before I kind of want to start stream, so I'm gonna try and shower quickly, and then yeah, anyways, here's the macros for this massive meal. This is my last video for the day, so day 40 is done. Here's the macros for the entire day. And yeah, if you're watching this, I love you. Thank you very much. And yeah, like if you want, comment if you want, subscribe if you want, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 41. Goodbye.